Welcome back to another video, boys. Your boy is tired. We just got back home from the park. I got an hour before I head to work. I just hit the shower. I'm very exhausted. I might take like a 30-minute nap. We went to the park, and it's something great that we are doing now because I really thought about it. It's like, okay, I'm not having time to work out, but at the park I can do pull-ups and I can run. And once I get home, I can do my push-ups, my abs, whatever, right? So my son was running with me, so I got him tired as fuck with that. Right now he's currently in the shower. He's pretty much ready to just lay down and fall asleep in the next upcoming hours. I'm about to take a nap and just get ready for work, pretty much start my day. And I already got my workout in. I had my meal earlier when I woke up. I feel good. Yes, I'm a little bit exhausted. I did a couple runs. I did like some up and downs. I used to play basketball, so that's what I call them. I just went up and down like 5 times. I did like a couple rounds of that, and I'm pretty gassed right now. But I feel pretty good because I did a lot, you know? I still have time for me to just wind down. Honestly, it feels good, right? Currently, I'm looking at the markets. I really don't see no setups. I generally want to think that we won't see any potential setups until tomorrow, Wednesday, where like these red folder news bring some volatility into the market or something else starts developing in the Middle East with all of this war. We are seeing futures gap up, which is kind of crazy given the fact that a lot of things are not good news. But like I told you guys, trading the headlines is really something that you should not be doing. That's another form of emotional trading. I will go more in depth into this probably in this video, differentiating in between an emotional trader, self-conscious trader, a person who doesn't believe in themselves, your self-limiting beliefs, and an emotional trader reacting from the headlines, the news, and pretty much just expecting results from the headlines. And that's not how the market moves, right? You guys are clearly seeing how the market is reacting to all of these events, to all of these headlines, and we're pretty much gapping back up, pushing up. And if you would go based on the headlines, I mean, the US is not in a good circumstance right now, especially with everybody just turning their head around and not trying to help the US in this current situation, which is something I'm not going to go into detail. Like, I just gather information and use it for my trading. It really doesn't, it's not something I'm so hyper focused on or really pay that much attention. That ties down to my trading, but at the same time, technical analysis and just seeing what the market wants to go for. But we'll see how the market develops throughout these next upcoming hours. Potentially, I want to wait until AM session or even tomorrow, right? In the back of my head, I know that I had a bad day yesterday. I just need to wait for opportunity and just learn from my mistakes and be the best version of myself that I can possibly be, right? Just building good habits, building systems in place. I already got back on track with my workouts. I'm back on track posting content consistently, and I'm back on track following my rules. Now it's something that I'm comfortable just waiting, sitting in the sidelines and waiting for the market to develop itself. And I don't feel like the need to trade or the need to prove something to myself, you know? I'm validating myself externally, like I said on the previous video. I'm showing up with the content, working out, I'm getting my mental wins, the validation that I need in order to prove to myself that I'm doing the right things. But your boy's gonna take a nap. I'm exhausted, and I'll catch you guys later. Still no setups, still no trades. One thing I really want to tell you guys is that I've been talking about oil, the correlation between futures, right? And what I've came to the conclusion of what I've been studying, just watching a lot of content, just looking at the markets, understanding the geopolitical tension and everything, is that pretty much the tactic that Iran wants to use in the US is affect the economy, right? If oil goes to $200 a barrel, that's going to have a huge impact on the US economy, right? It's going to turn a lot of heads around, and it's pretty much going to be one of the catalysts for an economic disaster. I think that futures are going to have some sort of sideways price action for the next upcoming days. I'm not too sure what to really think about it, but either that or we see something surge in the next upcoming days when it comes to the war. Still waiting for things to develop. It's just really uncertainty with this war and everything. Uncertainty is at an all-time high, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna enjoy my break. My head hurts, I don't know why. Had a coffee, worked out, but yeah, still looking at the charts, seeing if something develops. If not, I'm gonna wait for tomorrow, Wednesday. We got high impact news tomorrow, so that might move the market. But like I said, the market might trade sideways for the next upcoming days due to everything going around with this war. All right, boys, so I'm currently in my second break. I really haven't picked up the camera that much just because I really haven't been doing that much. They're working my ass off right now, so I'm just cruising through the night, just getting through the shift. But overall, no setups. Like I said, everything going around just brings a lot of uncertainty. I really don't want to be very aggressive right now. Volatility creates opportunity, but the fact that the S&P 500 is pretty much the backbone of America, is the backbone of everybody's 401k. A lot of Americans rely on the 401k to retire. I mean, it really is pricing in everything that's going on around with the war. And if there's a lot of uncertainty, if there's a lot of conflict even within the administrations and everything, I'm really not going to get into politics because myself, I'm no one to really give advice in that because I'm not really educated in those matters. But it's just information that I'm gathering from content that I'm watching, articles that I'm reading, and it makes sense to why the market is doing what it's doing, right? One of the things I really want to tell you guys is that some of these traders that you guys see online, like I said, social media is very deceptive, are going to tell you, oh, price action is ass, oh, March price action, this and that. Like, if you want to stay in the game long enough, I might not have the results other people are posting online, but we've seen so many of these gurus, so many of these online personas pretty much get exposed from these results, their trading and all that stuff. And it's like, I'm just building my skill set to the max. I'm just not, like, I'm getting educated about the ins and outs of the market. I really want to understand something that is very complex because I really want to make a shit ton of money from the stock market. So it's one of those things where it's like, you're going to see a lot of people blame price action or just some other excuse when in reality, it's all about the macroeconomics. It's all about those things that people are not paying attention to just because they're barely getting into trading and they don't really know what they're doing. And it really is what it is, right? But no trade so far. The price has been bullish, even though we've gapped down multiple times. Maybe going into New York session, I see another setup. I really don't think so. Like I said, potentially tomorrow might bring an opportunity. But other than that, I mean, I'm going to just finish my break, reading my book, and yeah, that's all I'm doing. I've been out here for a minute just decompressing and really appreciating the patience that I am instilling within my trading and just in my life. I understand the fact that the market is overextended. We had some very bullish reactions, and if I'm being honest with you guys, I really have to do my research and know where this volatility came from. If it was from the news, if it was just a lot of pressure, a lot of orders being built up, which I think it was, given the fact that we gapped up yesterday when Asian session opened. I did have a specific level when I was looking for longs yesterday, which was a daily fair value gap. And other than that, I don't really see anything or any other reason why the market would have pushed how it pushed today. But given the fact that I stayed patient, given the fact that I did not FOMO, I did not have the mentality I had on Sunday where I just wanted to pass this account, I'm just really being patient, waiting for the opportunity. This is one of the things that I can't stress enough, is that you need to treat your evaluations just like they were funded accounts, just like if it was your real money. Yes, you have 30 days to pass these accounts. I barely have 5 days with this account. I want to say 6 days now, but still, right? I have little over 15 trading days left in order to pass this account. Why am I going to rush? Yes, I learned a very valuable lesson when it came to when it was about only needing $100, right? I learned the hard way that chasing after the outcome really is the death of success and of compounding, and just being patient, waiting for the things that pay, not trying to lead by your own understanding, right? God will deliver no matter what, but you have to lean on his understanding, on his reasoning of patience. My reason of patience, my reasoning of taking that trade was non-existent. I just wanted to get the outcome. I never really focused on anything else but getting the target, right? Just hitting $100 and getting paid, like, and getting that funded account. It wasn't nothing else other than greed, right? I say all that to say this, like, I'm very proud of myself for being patient, understanding the fact that there is no opportunity right now. In my case, the way that I trade, we were literally 1 point away from triggering my entry model, and it ended up being a 40-point trade. It is what it is, like I said, but there was no model present. 1 more point lower, I would have been in taking longs, targeting those highs that I marked out, but it is what it is, right? Tomorrow's a new day, new opportunity. We have red folder news. I think all of the upcoming days of this week, we do have FOMC. I don't know. I'm really not too sure. I did see FOMC on the calendar. I might have to double check. But other than that, no trades for me right now. I'm going to go to Mexico again. I need to get some x-rays. Like I told you guys, I'm going to get my wisdom teeth removed. I think just one, this one. Probably in the next upcoming weeks. I do have a couple hours at work, but I do need a little bit more because my shit is going to be surgery because they got to remove this shit. So I need to get a whole x-ray to see if I need to take this one out, because I don't know, but this one is laying flat. I think this one's laying flat too. I don't know about the top ones, but they really got to get a detailed x-ray for pretty much just to see where my roots are at, because I'm old now, I guess. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna go do right now. I'm really just decompressing from the hectic work day. Today I was working on the chemical aisle, and bro, I stink like bleach. I get allergies from the dust, from the smell of bleach. I was sneezing all day. I'm very congested, and yeah, I'm just here decompressing, just enjoying the view, enjoying the sun, like just enjoying myself for a moment before I head over to Mexico and get this situated and get all of this shit situated. But with that being said, boys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining me on another day of my life. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.